players for their NIL. I mean, is that kind of where everybody's at now, trying to find new ways to get NIL money?
That one's news to me. I haven't heard about that strategy, but yeah, I think roster construction is an enormous part of what we do now. It's not just the financial part of it, it's also matching things with the right corporate partners. We have the clearinghouse with the CFC, and so we have a whole NIL operations staff we've built to manage all the intricacies of this new modern era.
Yeah, how much of a bigger part of your job is that now, NIL? It wasn't around when you first came.
Yeah, I don't know that any of us signed up for this, but it is what it is. I continue to be proud that the players are getting a fair piece of the pie. How it gets organized is important. We still have some work to do on that nationally, but as it relates to Tennessee competing in the here and now, we're spending a ton of time on it.
Danny, we've seen Arkansas, just for example, this week, because of their tennis program. You guys have always talked about being an everything school.
Yep.
As we move forward, how much harder is that to be able to do? Typically, we don't see Power 4 schools cutting sports the way we just did.
Yeah, we have depending on how you count it, the second or third biggest budget in America now. We got the best fan base in sport, sold out stadiums, arena. The operating revenue that we're generating allows us to be an everything school. So we are undeterred. I'm confident all 20 of our sports are set up to win championships. And how we invest in their rosters is now a new piece and a big piece of that. But scholarships, every single athlete at Tennessee, all of our rosters are fully funded with full scholarships. I think we're the only school in the country to do that in the first year of this, since they dropped the scholarship restrictions. And we have every intention of doing exactly what we set out to do, build the best athletic department in the country, and that means being a lead in every single sport.
Danny, the 5 years for 5 seasons of eligibility, took a step forward this week. Are you happy with that? Do you think that'll bring some normalcy to college athletics at a time when some's needed?
I think like everything, it's going to have to be codified by Congress or through a CBA. But I think it sounds like a sound plan. I think having just simpler rules that are easy to understand and allow this experience that should be transformational, student-athlete experience to happen for young people is really important. There's an educational component to that. There's a people development, a person development component to that. And then obviously we want men and women in Tennessee to want to win championships. They're competitive and want to make the most of themselves.
Recently we were talking about Kim Colo's off-season, how proud you are of her leadership and how important the CEO part of her job is. Just over the last 2 seasons, how do you feel like she's grown into that and adapted to that aspect of her job?
I think we're all always growing in our job. I think she'd be the first to say nobody's proud of the season we had. We did make the NCAA tournament, but that's not the standard of regular basketball. She knows that. We all know that. But the way she's handled it, and the pivots and the internal stuff I know, of the decisions that she's had to make, I think it's been brilliant. I'm really excited about seeing the team compete next year. We finally have a full roster. I just got that news on the way down.
Speaking of the tournament, sort of recent news, the NCAA tournament for both men's and women's is expanded to 76 teams. Just any thoughts on that expansion?
I think it's appropriate. There's now 350 plus Division I schools, and you start thinking about the percentage of that group that can make postseason. Playing in the NCAA tournament is an awesome experience. It's something that basketball players, men and women, will remember for the rest of their lives. So I'm all for it. I think it's healthy.
What's the next big construction project or project in general rising for Tennessee?
We've kind of been in a constant state of construction. We still got a little bit of work to do on the plazas and the surrounding spaces around Lindsey Nelson Stadium that we'll get done at the end of this season, and we'll be able to check the box on that one. And similar phase with the Anderson Center expansion to our football building. Just a few things externally to do around the perimeter that should finish up this summer as well. Neyland Stadium, still we have a lot of work happening this offseason again. Some expansion on the third level. We had some congestion issues on the south end zones. We're able to expand some of those concourses in addition to all the things we've done every single offseason. And then we're really excited about the entertainment district, the hotel, condo, with restaurant amenities. It's a private development, but it's about a $280 million development that will happen on the south end of our stadium that I think will transform not just game day, but 365 days out of the year for our student body, for our student athletes, and for the Knoxville community.
Where's that timetable wise?
We'll break ground this summer. They'll demo the 2/3 of the existing G10 garage. They'll rebuild that with a garage that's actually built for events. The G10 garage was never built for events. That's why we've had part of the reason we had so many challenges with getting people in and out of it. So the new garage will be much more efficient that way. And on the top of it will be the entertainment district. It'll just be awesome. Working with the same group that's done projects like Texas Live and the Battery and things around the country in pro sports. We're the first college athletic department to do a project like this at this scope and scale.
Is the target date the same, or has that changed, the target date for completion?
We should be on schedule, pending all the approvals that still need to happen between now and when we greenlight the project at the state level and with our board, but should be on schedule. The entertainment district should open in the early part of 28, and then the hotel about a year after.
So you're still under the belief you're going to get all the approvals from the state, everything you need to demolish part of the G10 garage this summer. Is that still your plan?
That's still the plan.
But you still have to get final approval.
Yeah, still pending final approval.
You mentioned the word entertainment. Is that where college athletics is going now? You look at Western football stadium, they want to get concerts in there and everything. Is that kind of the new way of college athletics? It's not just a stadium anymore?
I think we've always been in the sports and entertainment business. We've always had concerts in our arena. Concerts in football stadiums isn't a new thing, but certainly finding different ways. We have these big, expensive buildings. How do we monetize them more frequently? And with the entertainment district, for us, it's really not about making money. It's about the experience we can provide for our fans and also our students. We think it's going to be a really cool project. It just makes our campus more inviting and more attractive place for people to come.
And this caravan, how cool is it for you and the coaches to get to interact with other parts of Ball Nation?
Love it. We always look forward to this week. It's just fun to get out and just interact with people. I love hearing the stories. There's always stories. Their first game they went to, or how long they've been fans. We have this special generational fan base here that we don't take for granted, and this week's a great opportunity for us to just maybe be reminded of that a little bit and just interact with people.
It's our first time having it up here at this River Gorge Ranch, and this view is incredible. What are your thoughts on having it up here?
I'm having a hard time paying attention to your question because the view is right there, and it's ridiculous. This is my first time coming up here too. Thunder Thornton is a great donor of ours, and I'm sure he has a lot of partners and folks, but I think this was his vision, and it's really beautiful.
Danny, you used the term we didn't sign up for this. There's some things that coaches and athletic directors didn't sign up for. Do you enjoy this as much as you did when you first got into business?
Yeah, I love working in sports. I love making an impact on our teams and the experience we provide for our athletes. It's not easy at times, but we have huge advantages. So if it's I talk about all the time, I'm wearing my Tennessee hat and I'm a competitor and I want to win every single game that we play. There's certain decisions that we're going to make in this environment. And we have the resources to be highly competitive. But I also think in my position I need to be responsible about the health of college sports nationally. We got to have other teams to play too. And I think there's some things we need to sort out just for the long-term health of college athletics, which is so important to the fabric of this country.
Do you feel like college athletics, conference to conference, has that vision of caretaking for the entire sport, or do you think it's too individualized, conference to conference, AD to AD for their particular sport?
I think to your point, our org chart's a little clunky, and it's difficult for us to make decisions right now on a national level. And I hope people do, but hard for me to know. But I know there's a lot of people that do what I do, that care an awful lot about college sports and want to see it get to a better spot.
Thanks, everybody.